Or not say it, but
My topic was based around myths and like other cultures might help create the culture of the United States. So one big factor in it, like originally Greek culture was kind of like the like head, kind of like like kind of big one that everyone looked up to. You know, we had like Greek heroes in our comic books. We had Wonder Woman. Greeks invented democracy, which is what our government is kind of based around of, and all that. But lately, Norse mythology has kind of taken the big chair, and it's kind of like presented itself more. So, with the rise of paganism, the introduction and practice of the Asatru religion, and the growing influence of Norse mythology in pop culture, Norse mythology and culture has become more relevant in the U.S. than Greek myths and culture. One big thing is Asatru and heathenism as a well-rounded and well-practiced religion within the U.S. There are several churches that practice this, and if you don't know what it is, it's people who worship the Norse gods such as Odin, Thor, all that stuff, and also paganism as a way of life, which is very environmentally conscious and spiritual. Paganism is one of the most accepting societies around. It has doctors, lawyers, college students, just everyday people, both highly educated and just kind of like not. Everyone's accepted. In fact, I've actually attended a few pagan and Asatru ceremonies and church sessions. We have one downtown, and it was pretty interesting. There's a quote here that says, "For those who struggle with anti-pagan prejudice and stereotypes, humanist paganism might be a powerful educational tool. It can show that a pagan can be a sophisticated, cosmopolitan, and enlightened person, and that a pagan culture can be artistically vibrant, environmentally conscious, intellectually stimulating, and socially just." So while Christianity is definitely like the main religion in the U.S., paganism and heathenism is also high up there lately. And then in pop culture, you know, probably one of the most common ones with it is the introduction of Thor as one of the main Marvel staples. You know, he's one of the most powerful characters. He's like a main staple in the Avengers. But it's not just comic books. It's also in movies, like the most recent Thor movie is the highest rated superhero movie this year. Also TV shows, with the TV show Vikings having been renewed for its 6th season. Before its 5th season is even done, it was made in 2013. And also in video games, like the video game Skyrim, which is heavily based around Norse mythology, right down to the main plot actually being based off of how the Norse people thought the world was going to end, with a giant serpent swallowing it. And probably kind of like ironically symbolic of what I'm talking about, the God of War series, which has always been heavily based around Greek culture, where you play as a Spartan and go around fighting all the different Greek gods, demigods, and monsters. But their next installment is actually switching over to Norse mythology. So yeah, just kind of with the United States as a whole, lately within the past like decade or so, Norse mythology has become a lot more relevant and a lot more culturally stimulating within the United States than any other culture around. So.